Um, so I feel like this was a long time coming. Recently I got hit by, or almost, I almost got hit by a car. That isn't what was a long time coming. But that's sort of where this sort of revelation, I guess, started forming. And one of my friends that I made at art school, her boyfriend, got super pissed on my behalf, because I was just gonna like glare at her and like walk away, but he got super angry and he started arguing with her, and they almost got into a fight. And I was very touched because sometimes it's wild to me. Like, I cannot wrap my head around the fact that I exist outside of my own consciousness and other people care about my well-being. And maybe it's just how he is. I don't know him that well, but even though we had literally met a couple times before, he was willing to like fully get into a fist fight if necessary, because I almost got hit by a car. And then this morning I was reading a fic, and it was talking about how like a character finally came to the realization that, hey, I want to live. Like, not like a passive, I will go day to day and just see where that takes me, but no, I want to live. And at the time I was like, that's great for this character, but it didn't hit me yet until I was this makes no sense for anyone else but me, but let's see if I can make myself coherent enough to finish this story. So I was doing the housework. I was washing our washrooms, and I was listening to the Six musical, the one about Henry VIII and his ex-wives. And there's a song at the end of the musical where they sort of take liberties with history and say, these are the ways in which I've healed and moved on and thrived and prospered in spite of my, historically accurate fate at the hands of Henry VIII. And they were just, it's a happy song. It's not sad, but hearing them be so, like, hearing them come out on top at the end and just almost being hit by a car, making me realize that, hey, I don't want to be hit by a car. Hey, that was really scary. Hey, I want to live. It's just, this time last year was bad, and this time 2 years ago was bad, and now I'm in the place in my life where I like what I'm doing, where I like my program, where my friends and my friends' boyfriends care about me. Not that, like, my friends didn't, oh, they're snot coming at you guys.
Okay, so I'm back. Significantly less teary now. What happened was that my video got cut off because my mom called, and then we went to see Knives Out, which, by the way, a phenomenal movie. This isn't a movie review, this is me having a revelation that I want to live, but that was a great movie. Moving on. So, this time, always, around this time, people with mental illness have a lot of difficulty making it through because something about holidays and seasonal affective disorder and the sun not being there all the time and just this period, like these 4 to 8 months, depending on where you live, of just like awful, gloomy, bleak weather. It's just not easy. And last year and the year before that, I was in a good place. And now I am. I'm in a place where I'm happy with my program, with my personal achievements, with the friends I have made and the friends I still cherish, and I'm in a really happy place, and I don't have that lingering, suicide ideation is not a, I want to say it's not like a looming cloud over my head, but it kind of is. It's like, before I didn't really think about it too much when I wasn't in, the deepest pits of my depressive episodes. I wouldn't, actively think, oh, I don't want to live. It would be like, I wouldn't mind if I died, like, or if I just slept and didn't wake up, like, I wouldn't mind it. I don't oppose the thought. It's not like I had any strong feelings on it, but that casual, like, nonchalant, I don't care if I die, it's not healthy. And I knew it wasn't healthy, but that was just how I was thinking at the time. And having the clear, crisp thought of I want to live being projected at me from that fic, from a character who just also went through a lot and came out on the other side thriving. Having that sort of in my face, literally, because I was on my phone, but it just made me realize that almost being hit by a car is scary. And, might have been injured, might have, passed away, and that's scary, and I don't want that to happen. And that thought in itself is such huge growth. It's like I've won, like this, this battle against depression. I don't know how to phrase it properly because that always sounds like, oh, you beat it and it's gone and you never have to think about it again. That's not how it works, because I still have bad days, but I want to live now. Like, I don't passively just want to, drift away all the time. It's amazing, and if it is like a battle against depression, I've won it. I'm winning, and that is why I burst into tears listening to that song from Six the Musical, which, by the way, great musical. Don't know if I mentioned it in part 1 of this video, but just hearing those actors just so happy and thriving, and even though everything, well, 2 out of 3 things that caused this catalyst in me were sort of this revelation. I mean, it didn't make me want to live. It made me realize that I'm at that point in my life where I do want to live, and I want to actively stay alive. And 2 out of 3 were fictional influences, but it's just, it doesn't matter what the influence is. Like, it doesn't matter what makes you realize, hey, I want to live. my heart is beating, and it will keep beating, and I will do everything in my power to make it stay that way. And it doesn't matter if it's like, oh, you know, I want to live to ... fill in the blanks. I want to live to see the next Star Wars. I want to live so that my plants will be watered, because no one knows the schedule, and I'm the only one who makes sure that, you know, they're watered on the right schedule. Or I want to live so that, you know, I keep going to the park because I like the park and the park's great. It doesn't really, like, there's no big, huge motive you have to live for. Like, I have to live because I know I'm destined for greatness, and if I don't fulfill my potential, you know, that's often not the best thought process to have. Especially, it's not easy when you're, you know, in the throes of depression and suicidal ideation. But I'm just happy. I mean, it didn't seem it when I was crying earlier, but it was like not happy tears, but more like, I can't believe I finally got here tears. Like, I finally made it. Here I am, sitting before you. I'm just a girl standing before you, asking you to love her. No. What movie is that from? Can't remember. Don't think I ever watched it. But anyways, that's where I am right now, and I'm glad I'm here. And I am alive, and I want to live.